in the top right-hand corner.
Okay.
It brings up the settings, and then you should see right under settings, language is dark theme,
Oh,
and you can go ahead and turn it
dark
on.
theme. Oh,
What is?
Dungeons and Dragons.
And junk drawer. I don't know if that worked. Oh, it did. I can hear it now. We can talk now. Like Pat, you can say words now.
Oh, okay.
We're live.
I mean, our stream is still black, so
Oh, why didn't
I wasn't sure.
Is it there now?
I don't know. Nope.
Oh no.
We're doing so good.
There it is.
Hey, it's there.
I forgot there's a bit of a delay.
Haha. So, what's up, guys? How you doing? We are back with episode 2 of our campaign 2. Deuces are wild tonight. Justin, do you want to hit us with what happened in last episode?
Sure. So in our opening for our new campaign, we followed our very noble half-orc cleric Thokk from the port of Flamingo Bay. There at Flamingo Bay, he was met with a very mysterious man bearing the marks of Anubis, Thokk's former god. In doing so, there was an interaction, and it was tipped off that Thokk could possibly be the very famous Captain Morninglight the pirate. With that suspicion, he was brought into basically a court where they sentenced him from all the damage that was done with him and his crew. Before a trial has actually started, they did have to place him somewhere, and they decided to do that at Stoneward, which is a underground prison deep within the heart of a mountain. There he met a few interesting characters. He met the 6 or so orcs that live there, a very tight clan. He actually is rooming with one of them, and met the other inmates who were about 4 other kind of humanoid figures of Donnar, Drummel, Alder, and Arkley. There's some interaction around, I would say, lunchtime. There were some words exchanged, and we ended with Donnar asking if Thokk trusts him, to which he didn't give Thokk a opportunity to reply and just punched him squarely in the face. And that is where we'll pick up. So Thokk, you kind of feel, everything kind of feels in slow motion as you see this calloused fist slowly connect with your jaw as the satisfying kind of pop happens. Are you going for blood, Donnar, or you want to make it look good?
First one's going to be for blood.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your regular strength damage or punch damage or unarmed strike if you have it. If not, it's just your straight strength modifier.
6 is what I get for unarmed strike.
Okay, so Thokk, you're going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As this kind of connects and your body kind of pulls through with it. Excuse me. And you kind of barrel over, and you have just received a very nice punch.
After, I'd like to reach over and step up on the table and grab him by the shirt or whatever he's currently
Yep, you all
wearing.
have like correctional shirts. They're these tan, very rough, uncomfortable kind of convict clothing. And yeah, you're able to kind of grab him by the neck.
And I want to pick him up and kind of pull him close and whisper, just play along. Go with the flow.
Okay.
And I'll drop him and turn to look at everyone and addressing the entire lunchroom. Every orc in here is not superior. Even this one. You've all spilt blood. Kogan, you ran from me. Is this orc more man than you? I guess we'll find out right now. And I'll jump down next to him and I'll take my second attack. And this time I'm trying to make it look good.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an attack at non-lethal damage.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
So you're just You're gonna do your regular attack. It's just it's not gonna
11.
be aimed to kill him. Okay. Does an 11 hit, Thokk?
I don't know what my AC is.
Okay, take your armor off and then
Oh God.
you'll see what you don't have armor.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that on D&D Beyond. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you in scrubs, man.
Sorry. Armor. My bad. Oh no. How do I do this? Well, I think I would allow him to hit me. I'm
Okay.
gonna say it hits because I would let him hit me after he said play along.
So as you do that, you see one of the other orcs. His name is Zore. He's a kind of he sticks out in being that he's an albino orc, about 6'9", has this kind of stringy black hair, and you see him slowly start to get up and look over at Kogan, and Kogan kind of just puts his hand on his forearm, and Zore kind of sits back down to observe what is happening to Thokk.
I'm gonna swing, by the way, at Donnar.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Like, the moment he says that, I was like, okay. So once the second attack hits, I'm gonna roll to hit him.
Okay.
What was the damage that I took from Donnar?
You
Or
took
was it just a fake one?
Just 6 points.
Another
it
one?
was another 6 because it's just his unarmed.
Okay. So I'll swing. That's a natural 16.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So what
That's
I'll do-
5. 5 is my unarmed.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, Donnar, you take 5 points of damage. Let me see here. I'm also going to transition it over just for your point of reference because I do have the or the dining room set up.
Are we
Just in
switching
case
the
you would
battle
like to
cam?
have that. That's up to you if you'd like to. You can.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
First time battle map makes an appearance on the
So-
stream.
I'll say, Donnar, you are up here. And then if you want to zoom in, you can. There you go.
Thokk, do you have another attack?
No.
Perfect. This will go so well. All right. So, I'll turn back to look at the other orcs, and I will address them again. This beast is more orc than any of you. Kogan, you sit there. You hide behind everybody. Everyone saw me come for you. You can run as far as you'd like. One day, I'm going to have your head. And I'll turn and look at... what happened?
I was going to say, go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me.
Okie dokie.
See if you can intimidate them.
Modded 20.
Yeah, that works.
And then I'll turn and I'll kind of... I guess I'll throw a punch over the top to hit Thokk, and then with the follow through, I'm gonna kind of grapple him to the ground and take him down.
Okay. As you do that, the rest of the table, you kind of see Kogan just very smugly. He kind of goes over and looks at this other orc. His name is Zig. He's right here. He's kind of this younger looking orc. He's about 6'5". He has long black hair that's shaved on the sides. He's muscular, but he seems a little bit meeker out of the rest of the orcs, and you see him make eye contact, and Kogan kind of just nods. And this orc kind of walks up. He's on the other side of the table, and he's going to actually stand on the bench as Donnar is getting ready to turn and pummel Thokk, supposedly. And you kind of, Donnar, you feel this kind of light tapping on your shoulder.
I'm fully engaged with Thokk. I wouldn't turn.
Okay. You kind of just hear a, excuse me. And at the table, you kind of see this orc kind of like shrug, and you see Kogan, and he just kind of makes a gesture with his hand. And you see this poor kid, he just puts his hand down, and he goes, you see him kind of whisper into his hands, and I need you to make a dex save.
Dex.
Yes.
Motherfuckers casting.
That is a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay, so, all right, I'm going to go ahead and roll this damage for it. Let's see, you have 1, 2.
Is there any chance that... hold on. Is there any chance that I'd see him doing this? Casting?
You could assume, definitely, because he started whispering his hand and his hand started glowing.
Like enough that I could bump him a little bit nonchalantly to try to stop him from casting, mess up his cast.
Try to stop him from doing it. I'll give you do a dex check for me to see if you can counter his con.
Okay. Check. Oh, I guess it's the same actually.
I would say it's just a check.
6.
6. Yeah, he definitely beats it. You actually kind of tap this kid, and he's just made out of just sheet rock. Or slate. He's very dense. And he hits you, Donnar, with a guiding bolt for 17 points of radiant damage as it hits hits your back.
All right.
He goes, "Excuse me. He's with us. We don't want a situation here at the moment."
I'll turn.
Mhm.
And as I'm turning, I want to look at Thokk, and I kind of want to gesture to my back to have him like pull me back. And I'm gonna turn and look at this guy, and I'll look at him and say, "Look, son, you're not ready for what's coming at you. You have the perfect opportunity to walk away, so take it."
And
I'm
going to grapple him the moment he finishes talking.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
And now I'm going to slowly back up.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay. So you did a 6. I mean,
I
Donnar,
wouldn't fight it. I'm not fighting it.
roll a performance check to see if you're like, oh, you're so strong.
Just him?
Just him.
8.
So there's this kind of like awkward where Thokk's like, I'm lifting you up, and Donnar's like, you're totally lifting me, bro. Don't. And Zig kind of looks back at Kogan, like and you hear this Thokk and Orc. He's like, what do you want me to do? And Kogan kind of goes, he just kind of snorts and he says, let's see here. Yeah, okay. He tells him, show the half-orc we mean well. And he kind of goes over to the side here to where Thokk is, and he is going to touch Thokk on the arm, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds for him.
Ooh.
Okay. And so you actually heal 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And he kind of says, you're not grabbing him hard enough, brother. You need to. And he's actually going to go over and he's going to assist you with your strength check. So go ahead and roll it again at advantage.
Just roll it once?
No, twice.
Oh, twice.
Advantage. He's helping you.
That's 17.
Okay. So you managed to pick him up, and then what are you doing with them?
I'm gonna I'm gonna throw him to the side, out of the way, to like my whatever the corner of the room is, there.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll.
Do
so you kind of
quick question.
Sure.
Do I have one of those necklaces on? Because I didn't cast anything in that.
You don't. No, you do not.
Okay. As he hits the ground, I want to cast Minor Illusion on Donnar, just to make him look even more beat up, make it look like Thokk was like extra powerful.
Okay, so it looks like basically like Thokk picked up Donnar and then basically German suplexed him over through actually one of the barrels, and you hear Arclight, and he goes, "Someone's coming! Stop this magic shit!" And he actually repeats it in Orc, and everyone kind of just calms and sits as one of the guards comes in, Ivan, and he comes from the entrance here, and you see him, and this meat kid, he's like, "What's going on? I heard something fall. I heard a commotion."
There's no commotion, Ivan. No commotion. I wasn't doing magic. You know I can't.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
Oh,
so many checks.
Well. 10.
Okay, let's
Double
have him roll it.
At least.
He's a sweet boy. Let's see if he rolls an insight check. Okay, he totally believes you. He's like, "No, it's true. You don't have a collar on, so you won't be able to do magic. It's just, I heard like a banging, and I heard like a crack of something. Are you sure nothing happened?"
I'm sure. And what I'll do is I'll start to gesture over to him to usher him out, and I'll be like, "All right, so yeah, no, there's nothing been going on here. Did you get a chance to talk to Oz about letting me do a little bit of magic to make better food yet?"
Yeah, no, I mean, I was starting to talk to him about it. You know, he's in one of his moods. I'll give you an update.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even be willing to talk to him. You know, me and him, we do go back a little bit. We've been around a block a couple times. I could talk maybe, but no, everything here, everyone's been enjoying what I can make out of the food. Maybe that's what you just heard. Everyone putting their plates down in applause for how good I made it this time.
As he does that, I slam the plate down.
Okay. So Ivan just kind of looks and he goes, "Yeah, just, finish up, guys. Lunch is almost done. You have your recreation time, and then it's time to hit the shower soon." So,
Righto, Ivan. Righto.
Oh, okay. And he dips. So as this kind of happens and clamors, Zig kind of puts his arm on your forearm, Thokk, and he goes, "You can sit with us if you like."
I can't hear you.
I can't hear him either.
Sorry, my bad.
There we go.
I say okay, and I'll follow him as I glare at Donnar.
I'll spit blood out of my mouth and look at him and say, "You'll get yours, Orc. You'll get what's coming to you."
I'll just flick him off as I walk off.
Okay. So, Thokk, you're kind of gestured over to where Kogan is, and you're by him and Zore, who was the albino orc earlier. And they kind of sit down, and Zore kind of leans forward. Let's see here. And he goes, "What was all that about?"
Didn't know who to make friends with. Apparently, I try to make friends with the wrong ones.
I mean, I thought it would be obvious by the green skin and your heritage.
Well, when I'm being called the blood trader by the ones with green skin and my heritage.
There's a mention of that, but we need to stick together in here, especially after they dropped about 4 of us before.
Will do. So who's in charge here?
And Zori kind of looks over at Kogan. Kogan is this older orc. He's got different battle scars. You would say he's in his early 60s, but he's built like a brick shit house. He's about 7'1", He has slightly a rounder build, so he has a little bit of a gut, but you see the upper body is just completely developed. He has this kind of short gray hair, these kind of yellow eyes, and these very large tusks that you can tell he's very proud of. And he just has his arms crossed, and he goes, "That'd be me,
Fuck.
Kogan.
Let me just nod my head.
That there's Zig. He's newer. My sister's son." And Zig kind of like, "Hello. This here is Zorai, second in command. Don't let his complexion fool you. He's more orc than most men I've seen on the battlefield." He gestures over to this other orc. He's about younger. He's about 7 foot. Has bald head, brown eyes, very athletic build. And on his right ear, he has just this wide array, at least 5 piercings. And he kind of has his hand clutched. You see that the actual knuckles on his hand are white. And Kogan kind of gestures that there's Gujek. He's a little bit more hot-tempered than most. And he barks back. He's like, "I'm working on it." Also, he doesn't have much of a volume button. Then he gestures over to this paler-looking orc. He's about 6'10", very blue eyes. Another athletic build. He goes, "That's his brother, Durzum. Usually, he likes to take after Gujek. Younger brothers and older brothers." And then at the very far end is a very old-looking orc. He's about 90. He's 7'1". He's also gray, like Kogan is. He has a little bit of a skullet, and he's just fidgeting a little bit. And then he goes, "That there's Vit Guat. That's me dad. Tougher son of a bitch in his heyday. Still can pack a mean wallop. And now you, Thokk.
That's me.
What brings you to our Merry Stone Ward?"
Well, let's just say that those on land aren't very keen on those with green skin.
They're not keen of green skin anywhere.
Out in the sea, I have never heard any complaints.
Guess we have to move towards sea. More things to conquer, I guess.
Blue as the eye can see.
Tell me, Thokk. You are half orc?
A little bit more than half orc. A little bit less than half human. More like 3/4 orc. My father, as far as I can tell, was a full orc, and my mother was a half orc. That's all I remember.
So, quarter orc. Well, maybe you're not such a blood traitor after all. No offense.
No, it's fine. I've never really quite fit in with orcs, and I've never really quite fit in with humans.
So, I'll say as this interaction is going, we'll go back to the table as Donnar is slowly being helped up by, I would assume, Dremel and Alder?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of prop him up, and you're wiping the blood from your mouth as you had that impact into the barrels, and you sit there with Arclight. And Arclight kind of leans in and he goes, "It's slowly working. They're at least talking to him."
Is that what you were trying to have happen?
Can't hear you.
We're better off now than we were 5 minutes ago. So
Barely. I mean, it seemed more like you were running your mouth instead of letting Thokk take the spotlight.
Ice Cream, I don't know if you saw or not, but he just threw me across the room. So if I can make them hate me and love him, then we're probably a little better off than we were before.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, we've seen you fight a little bit. I know that he didn't do that. I know you let him do that. You gotta hope they know that they don't know that.
Man, we're just lucky that orcs are stupid.
Now you're getting it. I like you, Ice Cream.
And I put out my fist to fist bump it.
And then after they do it, I just kind of, yeah.
That's
But I'm late. I missed.
And Arclight goes, "What's happening?"
Nothing. I'll lean into Ark and say, did it work as well as I'd have hoped?
I really don't know yet. Time's gonna tell on this one.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
And I'll lean back and just kind of like adjust, like just keep adjusting my shoulder and make them think that I'm a little banged up.
Mm-hmm. Roll another performance check.
22.
Yeah, you can get it pretty convincingly. I mean, you've been in a few fist fights in your heyday, so you know how to kind of telegraph and like, ooh, my sides, ooh, my shoulder, that kind of thing.
I want to pick splinters out of my back.
Okay. So you attempt to, but your arms are very developed, so you're also kind of like not really reaching the middle of your back.
Can someone pull the wood out of my back?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I could help.
Thank you.
So kind of like this big silverback gorilla and these two lesser gorillas kind of just picking and cleaning this this bloodied up Donner. You guys kind of sit and start picking. Thokk, obviously you do hear the orcs are dumb line very loudly from Dremel.
Real quick, the how big are these splinters that are in his back?
I would say they kind of they're different in size. So you have some that are just shards. You have some that are very thin. There's no like specific kind of length.
Well, I'd like to collect as many as I can that I can reasonably hide to use as a potential makeshift weapon in the future.
Okay, go ahead and roll a nature check to see if you can identify and carefully pick out without splitting them or splintering them.
Okay. Nature?
Yep.
I got 17.
So you get a good amount. I'll let you roll a D8. And you tell me what you get.
7.
7. So you get 7 of these decent kind of size splinters. They're about maybe half the length of a pencil. And they are, I mean, they're fairly thin, but they do have some like weight to them. So they don't easily just snap.
Cool.
Anything else we're doing while we're picking?
Pick.
Well, I guess we just gotta wait and see what happens then, boys.
Okay.
I didn't think we were gonna get to create a disturbance quite yet, but it's better to have a man on the inside. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah, we just gotta hope that he stays feeling that way too, you know?
Well, I guess we'll find out how many orcs we have to kill.
All right.
And I'll kind of walk off to go back to my cell and try and lay it down.
Okay. So let's see here. We'll put you in your cell here. Boop. So you kind of lurch off, you get up, and there's this kind of like whining of the wood as you get up from the weight, and you go to your cell. The cells are open during like kind of recreation hours, between like lunch and recreation and meals and that kind of thing. So you're very familiar with just going back to your cell. Let's see here. In the meantime, we have Alder, Arclight, and Drummel, and then we have Thokk and the orc party. So what else do we want to do?
I just want to sit at the table and fake a conversation with Alder and see if I can listen in to anything that the orcs are saying. Just to hear what's going on.
And I'm basically just going to be there the whole time, not listening to what he's doing. And instead, I'm just going to be like, we really got to figure out how to get this necklace off. Because, and I'm just going to like punch him and be like, see, you can't even feel it. Like, it doesn't even do anything. Just so that way he knows that I really can't hurt anything unless I could do a little bit of magic.
So you're just trying to show Drummel that you have worth. It's just when you have your magic.
Yeah, because like right now, I'm basically about as good as making crappy potatoes and carrots.
Yep.
So.
So as he's talking, go ahead and roll a insight check to see if you can kind of listen in. Do you speak orc?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so you might hear what they're saying, but you might not understand it.
All right. Let me.
I was thinking about that too.
What am I rolling?
To roll investigation to see if you can hear it.
17.
So you hear them talking in orc?
All right.
Getting somewhere.
And then I'm like, while I'm complaining about the fact that I'm not strong, I'm just gonna like take a tone down while I'm still punching and being like, you get any of that?
I don't speak orc.
Me either. I don't think I can help you either.
Shit.
You guys are being really loud. Also, I speak orc.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, what are they talking about?
I think we'll be able to get more ground if we give a little bit of distance. So Arclight kind of gets up and he just kind of feels around the table as he slowly walks over to, it looks like Alder's already there, walks over to one of the tables as you two follow suit. So as this kind of transpires and Thokk, you kind of hear movement behind you and you kind of look over your shoulder and you see that your friends aren't there anymore. Kogan kind of just is eyeing you and eyes back over to the group. And he looks back over at you and he goes, they killed 4 very good men.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. We were trying to get out. See, the red-headed one, they apparently found him and they were on red alert. It was a great distraction. We just needed to get past one of the guards and start moving forward. We didn't get far before the Goliath came, and then soon the Shield Guardian. And then we were locked back in here.
So how much would it cost you to get out? Has anyone gotten out before?
Besides the red-headed one? Not that we've heard of.
What would you need to break out?
Well, considering you just were really chummy a few moments ago, I haven't really thought of it yet.
Look, I just got here.
He threw me through a barrel.
You're in your room.
Wrong my voice.
Look, I can trust you as far as I can throw you. I can trust them as far as I can throw them. Clearly it's far. Not really. Not really. So honestly, as far as I know, I have no allegiances with anyone. But if either one of you two groups can get me out of here, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
We'll formulate something. Thokk. As they say that, you hear the door kind of open, and Yvonne comes out, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, we got time for recreation. I have a few decks of playing cards if you want that." And he kind of plops it in front of your table, Alder, and he goes, did Donnar go to sleep?"
Yeah, I'll take the cards, thank you, and I'll also take your money later if you want to play. But yeah, he went to his cell.
Okay. It's good to know. And dude, I can't gamble here. You know that.
Sounds like you're just trying to hide what you really want to do. Just saying.
And he kind of sighs as he takes out this kind of chessboard, and he puts it on Kogan's table without saying anything or making eye contact. And he puts down this kind of like very rustic looking domino set in front of Vitgard and Durzum. And he's going to go, "All right, guys. So I'm just going to go to hang out in my post here. If you need me, let me know. And try not to, I know things are like tense and stuff. Just be like cool."
And I take my hands and I put them behind my head like I'm all relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And just like give him a quick wink.
"Oh, thank you." And he kind of dips. And you hear the door kind of close behind him. And as you start getting your games ready and situated, Kogan kind of puts the chessboard out, and he looks over at you, Thokk, and he goes, "Have you played before?"
I have, but I would be lying if I said I was getting any good at it.
"Well, how about I extend an olive branch? I'll teach you."
Okay.
And so he kind of puts it down, and he sets it up where you're on the defense and he's on the offense. So the black and the white, and he starts actually teaching you how to play chess. We'll go back over to the table, and Arclight is gonna lean forward, and he's just gonna kind of lean into his mouth and say, "It sounds like he's opening up to him, but he's suspicious."
That's good, right?
I think so.
Can't blame him for being suspicious. Donner's not the best actor, but he seemed to have gotten the job done.
I'm hoping. I mean, anyone else here have acting chops?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a grand performer or anything, but I could probably do okay.
You got something in mind?
Much better. I really have no idea. I have no idea what we need to do next.
Arclight kind of rubs his brow and moves the bangs out of his eyes, and once again, I don't know if you guys didn't actually see his eyes before, so you actually see his eyes for the first time. They're these dark eyes that just have this milky film kind of over them, and he kind of gets his hair out of his brow, and he just looks plexed. I'm not sure how we can communicate with Thokk. I think something like him doing something against one of us on his own, whether that be Donnar or picking the weakest out of the four of us, maybe that could show something. I don't know. I'm not really too familiar with orc culture. I just, I kind of boarded with one when I was in school.
All I know is they care about strength. So I think picking on the weakest, which, sorry, Alder, that's going to be you.
Yeah, no, I'm basically useless right now. I get it.
So, I don't know. Let's have some fun with it. How do you want to piss off Thokk?
Can I overhear any of this?
No, they're talking pretty low enough that you wouldn't be able to overhear it.
Okay.
Unless you're actively searching to see what they were hearing.
I'm paying attention to
what they're
Kogan, but I'm also
Mhm.
trying to see if I could. I was just wondering if I can hear them.
I would say you really can't. You hear like just kind of key words every once in a while in common, but you don't really hear like the buildings of the conversation.
Okay.
Hey, hey Ark, do you speak Elvish?
Um, let me see. I mean, I speak some archaic piece of it. Why?
Well, I'm thinking if they're speaking Orcish, maybe we can speak
Yeah.
Elvish and just make them feel like we're making fun of them, rile something up.
Okay, and you hear him, and he responds in a very like good Elvish for whatever he is, and he goes, "Yeah, that could work, I guess. I mean, people don't really like to be left out of things."
And then I say, yeah, I really want this to work because I think Thokk can be an integral part, but I say it in Elvish, so he has no idea what I'm saying, and it sounds offensive.
Are you trying to make it sound offensive?
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's actually something rather nice.
So go ahead and roll a performance to make it sound like you're bad mouthing Thokk, because you very loudly say Thokk.
Can I help?
And
like, I want to slap the table really loud, turn around, and kind of like look directly at Thokk and Kogan.
okay,
Just
sure.
to reinforce.
Go ahead and roll it at advantage there, Mike.
All right. 15?
15, I will say yes. Not only does Thokk hear it, but Kogan hears Thokk's name escape your lips as well. And Arkwright kind of, you see his head kind of tilt, and he goes, "Oh, huh, yeah, he heard that."
Pretty perceptive for a guy that can't see, huh?
You know, when other things are taken away, other things get heightened, so you have to compensate somehow.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, how are we going to use the big guy too? Should we include Donnar in this plan?
I mean, I don't know if he knows Elvish.
I think we might just.
Does he
end up
look
pissing
like
him
he knows
off.
Elvish?
I feel like he has a very loose grasp on common. I'm not entirely sure. I can't understand his accent.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong about that one.
I'll try to relay it to him later tonight.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey,
Yep.
Alder.
I was gonna ask. Yeah, what's up?
I got some of these splinters. I know you're not too strong without your magic, but maybe these can be of help. And I hand him 3 of the 7 like 4-inch splinters.
Okay. So we'll say they're like their equivalent of like daggers, but like very, very like not even like a +1. It's just a very simple kind of dagger that kind of breaks on impact. So they're a one use.
Did we get those ladles that we talked about, Alder?
Oh yeah, I'll grab them out of the kitchen during the common hour and bring them back to the room.
All right, because I think I got a feeling we got to prepare for a fight, and I don't like being caught empty-handed, and I don't think you do either.
I don't, but I actually got a question for Ark.
Yeah.
When you got out last time, did you have one of these dumb things on your neck when you tried to make the break?
What dumb thing?
It's like a necklace that stops me from being able to do magic.
Oh, that's what you've been talking about. And he kind of puts out his hand and he's like, "Can I?"
Yeah, please. By all means.
And you see him and he kind of runs his fingertips along the tops, along the top of the collar. And he goes, "Wow, this is on pretty tight, huh?"
Yeah, it's not very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell it's magic negating, but I'm sorry, Alder, I don't know how to take care of this.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm still trying to us up Ivan so that way he'll take it off me, but I think I'm getting there. But I just didn't know if they put one on you or anything like that.
Well, I'm not really one for magic, honestly.
Hey, I mean, I don't know your life. I'm just asking.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
18.
18.
We officially have an intelligent character.
Aha.
So you can get the kind of like arcane workings of it. It looks to be some kind of I wouldn't even say it's like different arcane runes. It seems to be an actual maze itself that you would have to figure out how the configuration goes to unlock, unless you had some kind of key.
So it is possible to unlock it without a without a key. If you can figure out the maze.
You would understand from seeing this that it would have a failsafe, say to if someone lost the key or if it was put on someone it wasn't supposed to, and they're able to trace the code in.
All right. Can I inspect to see if I would understand the maze at all?
I'll give you another intelligence check to see if you can get a base understanding of it.
Okay. Oh, 10.
It seems to be a little bit out of your realm of magic. It seems to be a little bit more industrialized, a little more modern, as where you're kind of a little bit more versed in like the older magics of your people. So
Okay.
I would say if you spent some time like really studying it, you might be able to figure out how to get it off.
So I kind of know what it is, but it's way too new for me. I mean, I would need some time to look at it, and I don't think we can do that out here in the open.
I mean, on the positive, we're cellmates, so
Oh yeah,
we'll
we're
have plenty
roommates
of
now.
time. Yeah, we have plenty of time to take a look at it.
Hell yeah.
Because, one thing that, if we are going to get the hell out of here, one of the things that they got locked up for me is they have my staff. That staff's got some good abilities to it. I could possibly help us be incredibly cloaked trying to leave here, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, like put a cloak on. I get it.
No, like, if we could go into a shadow, we could basically disappear.
Oh man, I was just messing with you, but I had no idea. Shoot, yeah. Ark, do you? I remember you mentioned that you counted paces.
Yeah.
Does that give us any information on where they might be storing the stuff?
I mean, they only took me through the entrance and then through the guards' quarters. At least where they eat, because I could smell the food. Slightly
Sorry,
better than
was it
what they
better?
make us here.
Oh,
Slightly.
yeah.
I would say they have meat.
Hey,
So I think the priority would be meat to them first and then us.
fair. So, was it Ivan or Yvonne?
It's Yvonne.
Yvonne. Alder, when you talked about gambling with him, he specifically said he can't do that here. I'm wondering if we can gamble with him elsewhere, or you can gamble with him elsewhere, and maybe get some clues onto where that might be.
I mean, I could try.
I believe in you, buddy.
So that's the plan. We're going to try to figure out where everything is.
I mean, I'll try and talk to him, see if I could get a little bit more information. But I guess I'm gonna have to try and trick him trick him out of the information. So we'll see how susceptible he would be to that.
Okay. And then in the meantime, what are you doing, Drummel?
I have no idea. I do need my book. I can tell you that much.
Oh, so you're a wizard?
I am, yeah. So I can't do too much without my book. Luckily, I'm not quite as frail as Alder over here, so I'm not. I can lead the charge until we get there. Well, probably Donner. But yeah, I got some stuff I need to.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I didn't really pack last time I escaped, so we're going to need to buy more time than last time. Great.
Well, I think I mean, we got to get this information to Donna before we could really even start to do anything. But the more information we could get, the better chance we have. And we just got to hope that no matter what happens, we still have Thokk on our side. Which means we need to find a way to communicate with him too when he's not surrounded by orcs.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tougher.
So one of the things I can do without being without my book is I can make myself invisible for a little bit.
What?
Yeah, probably should have said that earlier. It's just something my people can do. Really helped us traveling through the mountains. It doesn't last super long, and I can't do anything while I'm disguised or hidden. But maybe I could get a message to him.
That could work. Maybe do it during lights out.
Yeah, hopefully his cell is somewhere close.
You would know that his cell is kind of across the way from your cell, but it's not entirely far. It runs off of this wall here. Just this wall is kind of blocked off, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, you'd be able to kind of sneak over there.
All right. And maybe a different night, but if I can get out there after dark, maybe I can sneak around, see if I can find where they're holding the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Might end up being easier to do that than for me to try and gamble it out of Ivan.
Yeah, but think of all the money you could win.
That's the thing is, if I'm gambling him for information, I'm probably not going to be able to gamble him for money too.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Well, why don't we have two kind of forces at it, just in case, if Dremel doesn't get far, maybe we can find something with Alder and vice versa.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we could try.
So this plan's getting a little complex. We should definitely start cluing in Donner.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll do that after shower.
Sounds good.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So as you kind of form this plan, Thokk, you've managed to play at least two or three games with Kogan. The first two games he's beaten you by the ropes, but he's been explaining it this whole time. He's very methodical. You see what kind of like the strategic brain that he has, and how, this piece will move here and this piece will move there, and you're just sacrificing this piece so you can get a stronger piece off the board. And by the third one, you actually have him on the ropes before he's able to win. But he looks mildly amused. You're a quick learner.
You have to be.
Hmm.
So, part of this game that I've realized is you have to strategize. You have to think ahead of time, pretty much.
Yes.
Have you ever considered doing the same as this game to reality to get out of here?
Of course I have.
So it's easier if you have all the pieces on the board to win than only half the pieces.
Correct.
So have you ever considered, as much as you don't like them, using the other inmates, not just the orcs, to try to get out?
Hmm.
Why only use
them
half
as
the
a
board?
distraction?
either as a distraction or use them for their strengths.
I've
After you get,
considered it.
I figured after you get out of here, they're nothing to you. It gives you your freedom, and you never have to see them again.
But they bested 4 of my men.
I wasn't there for that.
No.
Sorry.
Blood was shed. One of theirs will have to. If not all 4.
Fair enough.
So, as Kogan kind of leans back, Donnar, what have you been doing during all of this?
I walked to the end, and I've tried to kind of conceal myself in a corner, and I've put my hand out and put it on the wall just to see what I could feel.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for any kind of rumble or disturbance.
Yeah. Just any kind of shifting in the mountain.
Anything.
Okay. So you sit there for a while, your hand stretched out, waiting to feel like a rumble within the mountain, any kind of sign of life in this deep cavern. And slowly your hand kind of slinks down as you're kind of kneeled in front of one of your walls, and you kind of put your forehead to it. And inhale.
I kind of just push myself up, and I'll start talking to an old friend, hoping that he can hear me.
Okay.
Or at least know where I am, and just let him know that whatever's happened, wherever where I am, I know why he did what he did.
Okay. As you kind of do this, because you haven't done it since you were back at the farm, where you vented your frustrations, and you kind of go into this sprawl where it kind of echoes out into the chamber, and the room kind of just hears this mumbling and rambling from the bed cells as you get all of this off your chest before kind of just slouching back down at the bed and holding your head in your hands.
And that would be about it. I'd just kind of sit, feeling like I've done my part.
Okay. So as this kind of all transpires haphazardly, Yvonne comes back out and he goes, all right, so we're going to finish up. We're going to wash up for shower, and then we're going to go do our work in the caverns for a little bit, and then it'll be dinner and then bed, okay?
Yeah, we could do that. Do you want to go into the kitchen to help me clean up, Ivan?
Yeah, no, I can help with that. Sure.
Sure, and I'll bring the deck of cards with me, and as Ivan turns away, I'll toss a wink at Dremel and Ark.
Sure.
Can't see it. You insensitive fuck.
Bless you.
You can't hear it.
It's a loud wink.
It's him
Wink?
saying the word wink.
Winks audibly.
Okay. So you kind of make your way over, and you kind of go over to the kitchen, which the kitchen is to the right where everyone is in, or at least Alder and Yvonne are in. And he slowly starts helping you clean up. He starts washing the pots out. While this kind of transpires, before he goes out, he kind of leans his head into the room over here, and he goes, "Hey, Oz, I'm gonna help Alder with cleaning up the kitchen. If you want to monitor this shower time, and you just kind of hear an audible like "Ugh," as Oz comes out. He'll go to the side here. So, Alder, what's going on with Yvonne?
All right. So, I mean, Yvonne, all right. It doesn't seem like Oz is thrilled about anything. Any word on me being able to try and make some better food for everybody?
I mean, I definitely asked, man, and Oz he's got whatever that is, your collar, your dampening collar, he's got it on pretty tight, man.
Trust me, I feel it.
He's not too comfortable with the magic. He definitely said it a lot less nice than I'm saying it, but yeah, he's kind of dampening that. He said he'll try to get us some different food, but he said that before.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I was saying, like, I can legitimately just make food out of nothing, and it'd be good food.
Yeah, but he also summoned a giant fire thing.
Yeah, I know, and I said I'm sorry, all right? I apologized about that.
I know you're sorry, but I mean, it's not really a fool me once, fool me twice kind of situation. I think it's really more of just a fool me once and then it never happens again.
Yeah, I know, but Burkhart started basically grabbing the orcs, throwing them in here, and they started attacking us. I gotta stand up for myself. You see me, I'm not that strong. I gotta do something.
No, and I totally understand that, and I get that. It's
purely self-defense.
It's just there's no magic in the prison, at least by inmates.
I know. Well, you said you couldn't gamble with me out there. What about in here?
Come on, man. What do you even have to gamble?
I don't know. Like, let's... You know that he's... Well, Oz is keeping us stuffed places, and you know that he's got my Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Can you let me know where they're keeping her? I'll play you for it.
Okay, and then what do I get if I win?
What do you want?
In a prison?
I don't know.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff. I mean, I don't know if I really have anything I want here besides some food that's not slop and meat. I don't even know what kind of meat it is.
Well, here's the deal, all right? I'll make a promise to you right now, and my promise is my word, all right? If I win, you let me know where my hawk is at. If you win, and you can get this off me for just a second, the only thing I will do is make you some quality fucking food. And I promise, on God's honor, I won't do anything else.
Come on, God's honor.
No other spells, no funny business, no fire giant things. Promise. And I extend my hand.
And he kind of puts his hand out, and he shakes it. You see that there are two other doors. You see the one here that you haven't really you've been able to get into in and out occasionally when you serve the guards their meals, and then the one here that you guys walk through. In it are these kind of slabs of iron wrought gates with these kind of face plates on them. And you see him, and he kind of goes up, and he kind of blocks it with his body. And you see it kind of glow after a few moments of this archaic kind of green as he goes over to the other door, and he locks that door as well. He goes, if you decide to trick me, I mean, you're locked in here, but okay.
All right.
And he sits down with you.
And I start shuffling the cards.
Okay. So we will do this. We'll do this like the dice game we did so long ago. So what is it? It's a D8, a D6, and a D4.
I
believe
that's what we did. Yeah.
And then it's the highest of the two, or the highest of the lot, and we get 2 chances to reroll, or we get a chance to reroll 1. I forgot what it was.
So
we'll do.
Yeah.
we'll do all three, and then we'll have the opportunity to reroll one, and then we'll make our caller fold or bluff.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you kind of shuffle the deck, and he kind of sits, and we're doing the higher of the wins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you wanted to bluff, I believe it's you have to do like a stealth check to try to re-roll anything, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that stealth check.
Okay. And he's gonna.
I rolled a 19. 19?
Yeah, you got it. You can go ahead.
Okay. And then leave it as is? Or do I try and do you try and what's the next step here?
I think you know what? I think it's a bluff check to see if I believe that you've won or not. I don't think we do re-hits. I think it's just highest one wins, and then if you want to re-roll, it's a sleight of hand or a stealth.
Gotcha.
Okay. So he's kind of looking at his hand, and while he's doing that, Yvonne kind of goes, "I read your file," because we all kind of have to debrief on the files. I'm sorry about what happened, man.
Trust me, I never wanted it to be like that. And then I rolled another sleight of hand check, and I rolled a 24.
Okay. And he kind of goes, how messed up was the horse?
You would not believe what that monster was doing to them. It, like, you see, and I don't want this to sound weird, but remember when Burkhart was kind of like getting into that kind of frenzy? Like, it was kind of like he was in like a rage, throwing the orcs back in here during the break.
Yeah.
It was like all the muscles on the horses were expanded like that, like when he got really angry. But they were permanently like that.
God.
He's just trying to transform them into something that's a monster.
He kind of lays down his cards. I got an 11.
And I'll go ahead and lay mine down. I got a 15.
15. Best 2 out of 3?
Sure, why not?
Okay. And he shuffles the deck himself.
I got a 15.
You got a 15? Thanks, Pat.
In case anybody was wondering.
No one was wondering.
I got a 21.
Thokk, what did you get?
Your microphone's off again.
Also, I don't think you could get a 21.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah, it's impossible. But...
Alder, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is a 19.
19. You kind of see him start to kind of palm one card as he tries to go for another one, as he kind of puts his hand over the deck.
And while I do that, I'm gonna try and do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach for his hand as well.
Okay.
While I go and do that.
Okay. And what go ahead and roll your sleight of hand while you grab his hand.
24 again.
Okay. So you're able to kind of switch, and you're gonna say anything to him while you grab his hand?
No.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna let him take a different card?
No, I'm gonna swap out the card that was in my hand with the card that was in his hand.
Okay. So what was that number?
A 1.
You also got a 1.
Damn.
And so he lays down his cards. He has a 12.
13.
Okay. And he goes, all right. I mean, I guess you win. Your stuff is in the storage locker, which is a given, which is where all convict kind of things go. But Arl, I'm sorry, what was the hawk's name?
Aya.
Aya. Aya is Oz is currently keeping Aya in his room. He said because it's it's a living thing and it shouldn't be with the locker, so he's keeping it kind of like a pet.
Ah, boy, does that make things difficult? All right.
Why? What do you mean?
No, it's just I'm not allowed anywhere near the storage locker. I'm not allowed anywhere near your guys' quarters. Just never going to be able to see her.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, maybe when you get out.
Yeah, believe it or not, when you murder a wizard, you don't really get to get out of here too quickly.
I mean, that's fair. Alder, you would know at your kind of arrest and your sentence was you had a few years on you for murdering someone in cold blood.
Yeah, so it's still going to be a while.
Well, maybe we can play again sometime and I can get that meal.
Hey, if you want to take this off for a second, no tricks. I'll still make it for you. But that's on you if you decide you ever want to do that. You know that.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion for me.
Oh, that's not going to be great. It's a modded 1.
Oof.
He kind of looks and he goes, yeah, it would be my decision. I'll think on it. Maybe next time. You'd think of something for me to give you, and we know what my bet is.
You got it.
And he kind of turns his back as he kind of, undoes the locks on the face plates, and he continues to scrub with you as you guys clean everything. So while this is happening, I'll move up to shower time with the boys. Yeah. So Oz kind of like has you going in shifts where it's basically he's separated you humanoids from the orcs only because of the previous scuffle and doesn't need anyone getting shivved in the shower. So Oz will actually go to the cell before this and he goes, hey, Stinky, you going to come up and shower yet?
Stinky. Is that me?
I don't know. I could smell you from the entryway.
Well, you've got me living in filth, so I figured why not embrace it.
Okay, fuck it. Not my body. And you hear him kind of like stretch. And this has kind of become a routine with you where it's like, Donnar, are you going to take a shower? And it's like, no. So he kind of moves back into the room as you kind of just images of you having your hands around his beady little neck. Just kind of envision your head.
Actually, I'm gonna get up and I'll go. Actually, Oz. Yeah. I think I will. I think I'm due.
Okay. All right. Whatever. No skin off my nose.
Not yet. Haha.
Better watch it. So Donnar, you kind of get up and I mean you've been around for shower time. Like you've never participated in it. Usually you're in the common room during this time, or you're in your cell most of the time. But I mean you've only stepped foot in the shower because the crapper is also there. So there are these wide showers that, if you scroll up, there are showers that Donner, Dremel, and then Alder. Are you gonna join them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dudes in the shower. Okay.
Dicks out.
Dicks out for Donner. So eventually, Alder, you join them, and it's a very wide shower. There is a drainage outpost like about here, so it's just it's a walk in. It's flat. There are just shower heads of this very cold cave, very like dilapidated water where it's that very sulfury, minerally smell because it's coming from deep within the mountain, and it's like ice. It's like a shock and waves as it kind of hits you. Except Drummel, who is kind of a little bit used to the cold, so it's kind of refreshing a little bit. It's just not pleasant as far as like it feels thick, if I can describe that. It's a very crunchy kind of water.
Crunchy water.
Yeah.
So it's New York water. Got it.
It's kind of like Staten Island water, where it's not even New York water. It's gross.
It's just sewage.
Oz is kind of in the hallway. He gives you guys your privacy, but he's still within like an ear's length away, where if any kind of commotion or the orcs try anything, he's kind of in there as the middle ground for it as you guys shower.
So would you say if we were talking in hushed tones, we would be all right?
Yeah, you'd be all right in combination also with the 4 shower heads running at full blast. It's just icy, and you haven't, have you bathed yet here, Donner? So
Okay.
This is just kind of like a smack in the face of just cold, like it's ice, like someone just melted, slightly melted a glacier to melting point. That's how cold this thing is.
This is very unpleasant.
Yeah, welcome to the showers, mate.
Man, I kind of like it. In Elvish, in a hushed tone,
Yeah.
I gesture to Donner and I say, "Do you speak Elvish?"
I'm sorry, what?
Cool. So Alder, how'd it go?
Well, I beat him, but naturally they're keeping my hawk in a separate place from all of our storage lockers. My Aya is in Oz's quarters.
All right, so I heard Oz and Aya, and that's about the only thing
I was in common after that. I just wanted to
Oh.
see if you spoke Elvish.
That's a big no for me, mate.
Yeah. So then Alder, you said that in English, right? Or common?
Yeah, that was in common.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I mean, it seems like he doesn't like us having to wear these, Yvonne doesn't like us wearing these anti-magic bands. He wants to try and help out. He seems like a good guy, but he's like, right now there is no changing Oz's mind about anything.
Do we know where the storage lockers are?
DM, would you say that I would have gotten that information from our interaction?
He didn't tell you where they were. He just said that, your stuff is, he literally said your stuff is where they put it for all the other convicts. If you want to, you can try to remember how they carted yours off if you want to roll an intelligence check, Alder.
Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, no, that's a saving throw. Just kidding. That is a saving throw. That doesn't count. 9.
So, not exactly. You remember it being carted off to your right as you were carted off to the left after you were processed.
Do we all get to roll that?
Yeah, I can kind of give it to you. Go ahead and roll if you guys want to roll straight intelligence checks.
I got 15.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 17.
So both of you would would remember, it did go to the kind of the northern ward. You didn't really see much through the doorway as it opens, but you would assume that there were other rooms to the north of or the right of you, or the north of Stone Ward.
Ark, do you have anything worth acquiring?
And you see Ark, and he's been kind of letting the water run against his, like, the nape of his neck, and he kind of leans up and he flips his hair, the shaggy red hair back, and you all would see at this point 2 very prominent pointed horns on his skull. As he kind of turns his back to the water, and he goes, you see him kind of like just peering out. I mean, my weapons and my clothes are in there. I wouldn't mind getting those back, I guess.
Could you direct us to the northern portion?
I mean, I can try. I've definitely heard the hawk a few times. I just don't know where.
Honestly, with Aya, if I can get to a point to where she can hear my voice and I tell her to come, she'll come. So we don't really have to get in there. That door just has to be open.
What if she's in like a cage or something?
Yeah, that's my thought. And you've still got to be pretty close for her to hear your voice. So might as well just go pick her up.
Yeah, I guess so.
So how are we gonna do this?
My question exactly.
Well, I told them you were off in your room, but I can make myself invisible. Usually about once a day, give or take. I mean, if I know it's in the northern quadrant, I think I can sneak around, maybe find where the stuff is, and as long as I can get out of our cell. Or you have some blackmail on Yvonne now.
I mean, not a whole lot.
I mean, he gambled with you at work. He gambled with a cellmate and lost. So I think that's something you can use against him. Twice.
And that much is true. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel so depleted wearing this thing. I don't know what else I can do. I'm not the best at talking my way out of situations.
I mean, we'll definitely have to create a distraction to get to it.
It's just what kind of distraction can we hope to achieve with these orcs? What are the odds we could turn them against one another, or Kogan?
I don't know. They seem pretty tight with him.
But
then, go ahead, Donnar.
Do they believe in him? What I'm saying is a show of strength, a show of force. If Kogan stands behind all of his minions again and Thokk steps up, who's to say that they don't start viewing Thokk a little differently?
So you suggest a power play?
Well, one brought him into the ranks. Maybe another could rise him up them. I don't know. I mean, most things I've done in life are by brute force, so that's kind of where my mind goes.
I mean, I think if you can hold on to that fight for a while, that gives me enough time to search around.
One of the other things that I didn't mention is if we can get this off of me, not only can I summon things like animals, but I could turn into them too. I could maybe turn into a spider and kind of sneak around a little bit to find where everything is. Something real small that it might not be noticed. Just another thing to consider.
Shit.
Still leaves us with a distraction to get out.
Yeah.
Unless we can get that collar off you, you can go and retrieve your goods and find us with your staff. We can sneak, be very quiet, kind of do it in the dead of night.
That's a possibility.
I mean, I took a look at the necklace earlier, and I kind of got a feel for it, but I think tonight I might be able to figure out what it's all about. There is a way. There's a fail safe on it in case it's on the wrong person. I just have to, I think, figure out that maze.
I'd prefer not to harm any of the guards. They may not be the smartest, but they are good men just doing a job.
No, I agree. I don't want to hurt Ivan. They already lost a good man in Philippe.
Isn't his name Yvonne?
I call him Ivan.
I mean, if you guys are close like that, just make sure not to fuck up my name.
Yeah. You're Donnar. I got that.
Donnar.
Thanks, mate. Like.
Well then.
So, we're going to do that tonight then?
We can at least make an attempt, get some more lay of the land, and then, I mean, we should probably wait until we find out when the best time. How long would it take you to figure out when the floors are the most clear?
I mean, I've been trying to listen to it for the past few weeks, and the schedule's sporadic. They're trying to do random configurations. I mean, they did one every other hour. They do one every 2 hours. It changes up, but there is a pattern. I just have to figure out that pattern.
Look, we can get more information. We can create more distractions, but that is going to be a pivotal piece of us leaving this place.
Yeah.
And whatever Thokk can get done.
So how do we relay this to Thokk then?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against punching him in the face again. It felt kind of nice, but he's also a pretty nice guy.
Who's he bunking with?
Some orc fucker.
I mean, if I'm already going to be sneaking around, I might as well pop in there for a couple seconds and just whisper in his ear some sweet nothings.
He might like that. It's been a while for most of us.
Just be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew.
Oh, I'm not going to bite him. I'm just going to whisper.
You know, for a wizard, you are so dumb sometimes.
No, I agree. You shouldn't bite him. So, it's a good idea. You should just whisper.
Yeah, I know, guys. Whatever.
I'm agreeing with you. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah, cool. And then I fist bump.
Bump.
And it's right in front of Arclight, and he's like, I don't understand what's happening.
I'll grab his wrist and bump him.
And as you grab his wrist, you see that his knuckles are all scarred up, and they're just deep scars, like calloused and scarred. And you've seen that he's done a lot with those fists as you fist bump him.
Also, as I kind of take a deep breath and I put my head back and let water run all over my body.
Mm-hmm.
And my hair goes from this like clumpy mess of what looked like mud and brown to a very long, like down I would say in between my shoulder blades, blonde, very like light blonde, blue-eyed, and still hunched, you know, but my hair's very long and very blonde.
You see all this like mud and soot and just decay and bits of like matter from the last time you fought those orcs just all kind of clump, and it actually starts to clog the drain a little bit, that you can tell that it's been quite some time since Donnar has bathed.
Probably some slop as well.
Yeah, probably some slop.
Hey, I made that.
Yeah.
Hair looks good, man. I like this look for you.
Oh, not caked in shit and mud.
Yeah, not a sad sack.
If only
Hey,
you
you
knew ice cream. If only you knew.
You look rather clean.
Well, that is the effect water has sometimes. But thank you.
Yeah.
And Arclight kind of just sighs as he goes out from under his shower head. So, I mean, you're in a prison shower, so there's no decency here. But you see that his body is just this very lean, kind of like it's chiseled out of like wood, and he just has scars all along his body. You actually see a scar that looks like it pierced through his shoulder, and it came out the other side at one point. And he kind of walks over to where the sinks are, and he gets one of the towels and kind of wraps it around himself. He's like, well, you guys have your moment. I'm gonna get ready for manual labor.
Do any of those scars look fresh?
I mean, roll an investigation.
It's on his dick. 15.
You can tell most of them are very old scars. You see a few cuts and slices in him that are a little bit fresher, but you see that the bruises around his ribs, he has these deep kind of yellow, purple bruises around his ribs where you can guess where he was kicked when he was found.
Before he walks out, I want to be like, Ak, do you know who all the guards were that kicked you while you were trying to escape?
And he kind of smirks and he kind of turns his shoulder and he goes, yeah, just one. And then he looks over and he goes over to the hallway and you hear him say, Oz, how you doing? As he walks out.
Right. And I'll go over and start to towel off myself.
Just out of
Go ahead.
curiosity, would you mentioned the horns that Ark has? Would I
Mhm.
know what he is?
You can all roll a nature check to figure out what he is. Including Thokk, you can also roll a nature check if you'd like.
6. Is that gonna do it?
I also got a 6.
Jesus.
And I got a natural 20.
Okay.
15.
So Thokk and Alder, you would guess that he is some kind of flesh-colored tiefling.
That's what I thought.
I just the flesh color was throwing me off, so that's why I was curious.
Yeah.
Did he not have a tail?
He doesn't have a tail.
Ouch.
And you don't, I mean, when you saw the horns, you inspected him when he left, and you don't see like a scarring from like a tail being cut off or like anything like that. I mean, it looks like he mostly passes for human.
It's got a tight ass.
Yes, he's a very tight body.
Oh, jeez.
Well, on that note, I think I'll dry off too. So we can get to our manual labor.
Okay, so we'll just.
And also, I make a comment to Alder. Like, I don't know why they always make us shower before the manual labor.
And maybe you've asked Oz before, and in that turn, he says it's to wake you up and get you ready to go.
Yeah, but we just smell bad afterward.
Yeah, and then you get washed again, and then the process starts over again.
Yeah, but we have to sleep in that filth. Hey, whatever, it's fine. I don't care.
There is an optional after dinner shower if you'd like.
Oh, cool.
As
whiner.
As I walk out,
Yeah.
I will ask him if I can have something to put my hair up because it's no longer clumpy and disgusting.
You're asking Oz?
Yeah. You got anything? A rope?
I mean, I can ask Henrik if one of his girls has a ribbon that you can put in your hair.
I'll make sure to give it to you.
I'll see what I can manage.
And I'll like pat him on the shoulder, but like a little aggressively.
Uh-huh. And as you do that, he kind of reaches towards his belt. And once again, you've noticed his belt. His belt doesn't really have anything on it. There's the club, and usually he has like the pouch where he keeps his special deck of playing cards that he usually uses or fiddles with. And you kind of actually see him go for he leans more towards the cards than the blunt instrument.
Gonna blackjack me to death?
And he smirks and he goes, something like that. Get dressed.
And I'll just stare at him and I'll smile. Yes, sir.
So
would I have seen that deck of cards before?
I mean, you all would have seen him. Like he doesn't hide it. He usually takes it out, and he's usually fiddling with them, or he's playing solitaire when he has to watch you, or he just has them at all times. It's these really kind of pretty. The backs are these kind of like purple, kind of almost amethyst color that have different kind of symbols that looks like they were carved into it, even though they're just painted stock. It's just they're very high valued cards, and they look, very valuable to them.
All right. Well, on my way out, I'm just gonna gesture around the necklace, saying, "If you ever want better food."
Yeah, I heard the request, and I don't really want a heaping bowl of whatever the fuck you conjured last time you had that thing off. So
It was
I'm good.
Self-defense.
Okay. And you kind of shuffle off, and then Drummel, you're just kind of like there, letting the ice water kind of shower over you. And you kind of center yourself because, you get rare instances when you can kind of concentrate and pray and meditate. Like you meditate in your cell and you have your ritual every morning while everyone's asleep. And you kind of just let the cold kind of wash over you that it's been a very long time since you felt, the embrace of the cold.
Cool.
Literally.
Yeah.
So we'll move forward. We'll say that Thokk has his shower time, which is just a lot of naked orc butts, and eventually you guys are ushered through your normal kind of compounds where it goes through the showers, through one of the guard posts, and then kind of hooks up into the main entrance where you see that door to the north and actually another door to the west as you're kind of taken out of the entrance. You go down this in the elevator. It kind of goes to a different kind of level where you've been working in this cavern where it's just basically just kind of ore mining. You have different manacles that get shackled onto you. Thokk, there is a new set of manacles for you as well, and you're all kind of given crude kind of pickaxes. Obviously something that you would have to leave there, and you're spaced far enough apart where if there was a tussle to happen, you can't really swipe at someone. But I'll say that you are with the orcs, but you're on the cusp, so you're on the edge where the humanoids and the orcs kind of meet as you're all kind of pickaxing away as you're being watched by Esco. He's this kind of, he's about 45. He's a darker complexioned man, bald head. He has this thick kind of bushy beard. He's got a beer gut. He's a little bit on the grumpier side, but he's no nonsense, but he's not, he never treats anyone of ill will. So he has this kind of water bucket, and as Thokk, you're getting kind of into your shackles as he's putting them in. He goes, "All right, so we're gonna be working in the mines for a few hours today. If you need anything, water, need to take a piss, just let me know when I'll help you out. All right?
Okay.
All right. Have fun."
Thanks.
And he kind of he stands at the cavern kind of entrance, and he sits there. He has his kind of baton, and he has this kind of glove on, this that has this archaic runes in it. So you're not quite sure what it does, but you can assume it would be something to kind of crowd control if he needed to. And you guys start working away.
Do the symbols and everything on these shackles, do they look similar to what's on the collar?
So the shackles or the manacles themselves, they aren't arcane in nature, but the glove that Henrik has Eskil. The glove that Eskil has runes carved into it.
Oh, okay. Then, go ahead.
In what order? Like Thokk's with the orcs mostly, but who would be the closest one to him?
I will say, Thokk, to your left, you have Durzum, which is one of the brother orcs. And then, let's see, there's what, 4 of you? Let's see who we have. The closest you actually have is Donnar.
Great.
Makes sense.
Great. Yeah.
No, since I work in the kitchen, am I down there as well?
You are. You're there for labor time. You just have an extra job since Burkhardt's gone.
Bullshit.
You also have pussy hands, so you have a lot of blisters most of the time.
You damn
Yeah,
right
build
I
your
do.
strength up.
You got bitch hands.
I don't want to be doing any of this. I hate mining. I hate all of it.
I hate this place. This place is a fucking prison.
So, is there? If I were to whisper to Thokk, what are the odds I could carry over to the man to his left, Durzum?
I mean, the cavern's pretty wide and open. You guys are on the outskirts, so I would say there's a good kind of like 5 to 6 feet between you and Thokk, but that's the equivalent of everyone else. You do have a little bit of free range where if both of you kind of conjoined, there at least be like a 2 feet difference between you.
I'll try and like when he's hitting with his axe or his pickaxe, I will not be with mine, so I can try and get words in and slightly start to shuffle to my left.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and roll like a performance for that, or just to see you can get the timing right for it.
Cure, natural 20.
There you go. You got it. You're able to, at one point, you start getting a beat for it, so you're able to do it quite easily.
And I'll kind of whisper over, "Are you all right?"
Yeah.
I hope you know that wasn't anything personal.
A little warning would have been nice.
I asked you if you trusted me.
And I said I hardly know you.
Well, I didn't hear that because my fist was in your mouth.
Don't worry. I'll have time to pay back.
Hopefully,
I'm all
plenty.
right.
Hopefully, plenty when we get out of this place.
Yeah, how figured out how to do that yet?
Well, instead of telling him everything, I would like to convey that to him quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I tell him everything that we've found out and what we know, and I will then move forward and say, do you think you could get some of the orcs to turn on Kogan?
I could try.
My thought is if we can get them to have some civil disrupt, we can sneak out while these big fuckers are trying to kill each other.
Well, they're They're a pretty well-knit group. I can try to see if I can start stirring the pot, but the likelihood of that is really tough.
What if we planned an assassination?
If you can get me to have this collar off, I can assist you with that. But you have no idea.
All right. That could work.
I don't feel comfortable sharing it here, but when we find some time, I can go more into depth.
Of course. I think that this time is good to be utilized. You also may hear from Dremel tonight, as you know.
All right.
Let's keep working on some ideas. No idea is bad at this point. As long as we can get out in one piece, that's got to be the goal.
Have you considered teaming up with them?
Teaming up with them.
Mhm.
I don't know if they've told you, but I did quite a number. I don't think they're going to be too keen to work with me.
Yes, but I think I'm able to smooth that over temporarily. But we'd have to make a promise at the end.
We'd still need a distraction, so somebody's getting fucked.
Well, again, if you get this collar off of me, then we can kill whoever you want.
I love everything you're saying.
I can kill up to 8 of you. Them. Whoever it is.
Whoa. All right. Okay, Thokk.
How far am I from this conversation?
Let's see here. If Donnar is in the 1 position, you're fucking right next to him.
All right, I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to listen.
Okay. Keep going.
As we kind of wrap up, I'm gonna kind of bump him and like with my shoulder and be like, fucking orc, get away, you
I just shove him.
motherfucker. I'll go to the ground. Fuck it. Why not?
So you shove him, and Eskel's like, settle down or I'm going to have to shock you.
We're fine. Just the fucking orc. That's all it was.
Back off.
Kind of like pick myself up slowly.
Yeah.
And then I'll just be like,
manual labor.
And then I'll just be like, Askeel, do you got any gloves? Come on, my hands aren't built for this.
Here, and you see him, and he takes out these kind of like leather gloves that he had in his back pocket. I expect those back.
Yeah.
And they're actually really like pretty fine, leather gloves. They're nothing to gawk at, but they'll definitely do the job.
As I'm pickaxing, I'm gonna also say, it turns out he has bitch hands too.
Yeah, I heard
To
that.
Eskel or to Alder?
Just out loud in a general direction.
Burn.
And kind of crosses his arms. Is we doing anything else during our fun cavern time?
Is it just the 4 of us? Like, where's Alder in relation to us?
It is, so if it's on a clock, we have Donnar at 12 o'clock. We have Dremel at 1, Alder's at 2, Arclight's at 3, Kogan's at 4, and then the other orcs are at their respective. And then in the 11 spot is Thokk.
All right. I'm not going to be saying much. I'm just kind of meditating, getting my head right for tonight. But periodically, I'm going to look over at Alder, at his collar, and just try to ingrain it in my head.
Okay, roll another intelligence check. I'll have you roll 4 during the course of your time there.
All right, 4.
Yep.
8.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
Getting better.
9.
Okay.
Getting better.
Let me switch up the die.
It hit me with that 20.
16.
Close enough.
16. So it doesn't take until almost the end of your kind of cavern session to start figuring out a pattern. So you have a base knowledge and you're starting to get the pattern for it, but you don't know where the maze starts or ends.
Okay. And I still don't know what kind of magic it is or anything.
Roll an Arcana check.
All right. 15.
You see that it seems to be some kind of human archaic construct. It doesn't look like it has much of like it's not like a specific like elven or dwarven. It just looks like it's some kind of Eastern human kind of construct.
All right.
Question.
Answer.
As we're like mining and all this, do I see anything that kind of resembles like clay? Just out of curiosity.
I wouldn't say you have anything that resembles clay per se. I mean, you have the dust in the dirt in the actual cave that I'm sure if, when you took some water from Eskel, if you put it down, you'd be able to make some sort of like archaic mud.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try to stealthily keep some to make some later.
Okay. So you kind of make this clay ball and you kind of hide it. I don't know where you would hide it.
We don't have pockets, right?
Prison wallet.
I wouldn't say you have pockets.
Put it in your butt.
I would like scratch my armpit and kind of like see if I
Okay.
can tuck some under. Like we have sleeves, right?
That's smart.
Yes, you do have sleeves. I was
Okay.
gonna say put it in your mouth.
Oh, well.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, you're able to kind of like go ahead and roll a stealth check, see if you can kind of sneak mud in your armpit.
Thank God I have no armor right now. 18.
You are pretty the Eskel is not too perceptive. So yes, you're able to kind of pat both armpits kind of full of this mud, but you are kind of army like March of the Wooden Soldiering it, where your arms are kind of to your sides.
In your armpits. Congratulations.
So you are able to get it. It does look like you have sweat stains, so it does kind of coincide with your labor, so it doesn't look too out of the ordinary.
Even better. Cool.
All right, Alder, are you doing anything?
Just trying to not have my hands bleeding and trying to have myself positioned so that I'll figured I'd catch on that Dremel's trying to investigate my necklace. So I'm always just trying to be in a position to where he can get a good look at it.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll a strength throw for me.
A strength?
Yeah, because you're using a pickaxe.
It's gonna be so good.
That's a 10.
So your production for this session has been decent. In the past, you have instances where you've refused to work and you've been shocked, or you've been just so slow that Eskel's like, come on, dude. But today you're kind of fired up. You're like, this is bullshit. I'm getting this colo off, I think, soon, and now my fucking hawk is in Oz's bedroom. So you're kind of fired up. So you're able to manage to. Today's a good day, labor-wise, for you. Maybe it's the gloves.
Could be the gloves. Just needed something on my hands.
So as the time kind of passes after a few hours of doing so, unless there's anything else that we want to do, there have been, subsequent water breaks and shift breaks where, Donnar's have a break or Thokk will have a break or Kogan, so on and so forth. They're not trying to fatigue you. They're just trying to, go deeper into this cavern. Eventually you're brought back up to the elevator. It's about 3 floors before you hit back to the prison. And you're ushered back into the common room where, Alder, you have to get ready for Din Din.
Din Din.
Yep, so I guess I'll clean up real quick. I probably shower before everybody so that way I cook the food clean.
Yeah.
And head into the kitchen.
Okay, so you start making slop as everyone starts getting situated back into their areas. Is there anything that we want to do for dinner, during dinner, or I'll just move forward with it?
Can I have Thokk kind of hang back when we get back into this general chamber, like in this area?
Yeah, back into the common area.
Yeah, when it's just me and him, and there's like not a guard looking exactly.
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk it out.
So basically, what I want to do is I want to try and see if I can find a seam on his collar.
Mhm.
And if I can find anything, even if I can't, I want to try and pry the back of it open.
Okay. So first roll an investigation check, see if you can find a seam.
That's a 3.
Okay. Can't really find a seam. So you try to
It
kind
was
of
almost a 20, and it fucking
It
bounced.
then you try to stick your fingers into the gap between his neck and the collar to kind of split it. Make a dex check to see if you can fit your fingers.
17.
17. So you managed to at least get past the second knuckle here. And then I need you to roll a strength check to see if you can tear it.
Would I be able to assist if I pull my end?
You can try. I'll say that, yeah, you can kind of like assist in, trying to move your neck out of the way. So go ahead, do it at advantage.
19.
19, you kind of hear it crack a little bit, but this thing's solid, dude.
All right. And I'll wiggle my hands out, and I'll let him know that it's on there pretty good, but I think with a little more pressure, I can kind of pop this thing off of you. So we'll keep trying to work on it. See if you can kind of ding it around on some stuff and loosen it up.
I'll do my best.
All right, now fuck you.
I'll shove him and keep walking.
Okay, so you kind of shove. Let's see here. So, Alder, you make dinner like you always do. It's the same slop. Are we, like I said, are we doing anything in particular during this?
During dinner?
During dinner.
Nope. I'm just waiting for it tonight.
Okay.
I'm cooking it.
I'm gonna leave my hand on the edge of the table open and just kind of leave it resting there.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Kogan.
Okay. Let me move you over to Kogan. And I'm on Dremel. Okay. So you're with Kogan.
And I'm going to start a conversation of just different, what have they attempted aside from the last fight to try to get out. And sorry, go for it.
No, you're okay. You hear that? I mean, the first real attempt was the incident of the fight, which was to bum rush the guards. Kogan has gone through a few scenarios where it's been trying to seek any of the pickaxes in and trying to go through brute force that way. He's gone through a few scenarios that you've seen where wherever he's come up with a way of trying to push his way through, he's been able to deduce that he's just going to get either hit with a guard, a shield guardian, or some kind of, lock.
Right. So I'm trying to think. Obviously, you want blood. You want revenge for your 4 comrades that you had lost during that last attempt.
I knew we would lose some, but to gods, not to them.
How about this? I promise one of them will die in exchange when we get out. We help each other get out, and the moment we're home free, if you want, I will kill one of them myself for you.
No, I want all of them dead.
I can also do that.
Go ahead and roll deception for me.
Oh, that's great. That's so great. That's
I
a
hear the
2.
sarcasm. Ooh.
I mean, theoretically, I'm not lying.
What'd you get?
A 2.
Oh. Oh. And his eyes narrow. And he goes, nah. They can rot down here for all I care.
Perfect.
All right.
And you see him and he kind of leans back and he crosses his arms again as he kind of just stares you down before you kind of just start looking back down at your slop.
I'll just start eating it again.
There's no taste in it. It's just very bland. As hard as Alder tries to make it taste like something, it doesn't taste like anything.
I try real hard.
All right.
And Arclight kind of says, hushed in Elvish, he says, I don't think the joining forces thing worked.
Yeah, that was a long shot to begin with in Elvish.
Wasn't a bad idea, though.
Nah, smart thinking.
He tried.
Did I say anything?
You basically called your own mother a whore.
All right.
So
Wrong accent. Fuck it.
just be careful with that. You never know who's going to be offended by something you say in Elvish.
Probably elves.
Okay, now fuck you. That's insulting.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. I don't know.
He said nothing.
No, he didn't. He just said gibberish. But in Elvish, Arclight goes, okay, so what's plan B?
Plan B is to try to find the storeroom, and if we can sneak in, get my book, get his spear, or your staff, whatever you had. And, I don't know. I think we do need to get Thokk higher in the ranks.
I also interject. Not that I understand what the fuck's going on, but so Oscarim, you can do magic, yes?
I can do some.
Can you do enough to potentially kill Kogan tonight?
No, I can make myself invisible, and I can. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so
I don't have my book. If I get my book, we can make something happen.
All right, book it is. Not a big book guy, but I support you having a book.
And Alder, if I can get that necklace off of you, you said you could turn into like a spider or something. Come along with me.
Just something real small, yeah. Spider's probably about as small as I can go.
Cool. I mean, that whole time we were out working, I was looking at your necklace, your collar, and I'm getting closer, man. I think I can get you coming with me.
Well, that'd be great.
Can I know we don't really know each other, but if you guys are going into the storage area and you by chance make it, I only really have one thing that I'd very much like to possess, and it's a necklace my wife gave me. If you can find it, I would be eternally grateful.
What's it look like?
It looks like a very shiny, very expensive necklace. Probably the only one that's in there.
Yeah, but if it's like not, what does it look like?
Hard to explain.
It's gonna be.
You'll
hard
know
to
it
get.
if you see it.
Okay.
You'll know it if you see it. I promise.
Is it like a gold chain that just says Donnar on it, Like,
Well, my wife didn't grow up in Staten Island, so
That's
no.
hurtful. Donner, you take 2d8s of psychic damage.
can you go ahead and roll 3d6 for me?
Roll 3d6. Just do that 6 more times. And don't forget to beat on the beat.
Trust me, mate. You've never seen anything like it before. I promise.
All right.
Ark, anything we can get for you?
I mean, I have a few things. Like I said, my old clothes, my billy clubs. Well, when they arrested me, they had my mask and they had my armor. Obviously, you can't really get that, but at least one of the clubs.
We'll do our best.
Do you think it might be wise to create a distraction potentially to get the guards to focus on us? Maybe Ark and I fight or yell or...
I mean, we're doing this at night, right?
That's the plan.
So I don't think we want to bring them into the cells where I and potentially Alder will not be.
Fair.
What if we escape to the common room?
That's not a bad idea. Well, I mean, we don't want them to take you back into the cell, right?
They're going to have to try pretty hard to get me back in the cell. Sorry, I'm not very easily moved.
I mean, yeah, potentially we can do that. I can make a pretty big distraction if I need to. Just, point me in the right direction.
I will physically do that. Don't worry. It's because your eyes don't work. That's why I would do that.
No, my eyes don't work, but I see a lot more than I think you do.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds really cool.
Just I've been doing this for a while, being blind.
I'm going to keep pushing my hair back too. I'm going to be I'm not used to it just being down. I fucking hate it.
And everyone kind of just sees him fussing with his very luscious locks.
Fucking wish it was dirty again.
Well, when do we want to try to do this? We're doing this when it's lights out, and we just kind of stay in the common room. That the plan?
Well, do they escort us in? Like, do you guys need to break out of your cells too?
I would say that Oz or one of the guards waits for you guys to all go in, and then yes, the doors would be locked.
I'm gonna say wait 30 minutes after we leave.
You're gonna unlock the door for us?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Is anyone good at picking a lock?
I mean, if I have the tools, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if we have the tools. What
if you don't have any tools? Because we have none of that.
Well, again, if I can get to the locker, I can at least get my tools, get back here, unlock the case, and unlock the cages, and then we can go get our stuff.
But you got to get the collar off first.
Yeah.
If he can get the collar off, that's going to be the key.
Okay.
Get it? Key, lock.
Quick question we may not be taking into consideration. If your collar gets off, doesn't it need to be back on you tomorrow?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we could put it back on, I would assume.
I sure hope so.
Guess we'll find out.
I mean, that failsafe has to be on there for a reason. I imagine it's not too difficult to put something on.
Certainly hope not.
Well,
Let's do it.
let's try it.
Okay.
Fuck it,
Sorry.
we'll do it live.
You doing anything while this plan kind of haphazardly formulates in front of you?
No. Nope. I am trying not to get Kogun's attention too much. I think I've been asking too many questions.
Yeah.
So I think I would
Been a little
comply.
suspicion there, bud.
Yeah. I think I would start complying and kind of not bring attention to myself as much as I already have.
No, that's fair. Smart. Okay. So, I mean, there is a recreation after dinner, like, card game or something like that. Very similar to the lunch. And eventually you get to lights out where you're all ushered into your cells. I'm just going to move everyone her. Or unless you want to move yourself over, because you can do that as well. And then obviously Thokk, you won't be there. So we'll have you off to the side. We'll have you in the dark.
Oh no, I don't see.
Choo.
I cannot move myself, but
That's because you weren't on before when I was editing them. Okay. So it is officially lights out.
Effects.
Bitch.
Everyone's face.
I've been working, you motherfuckers.
Now I want to turn this light off.
So it's lights out, and a few hours pass, and none of you, all four of you, are just restless. Like Arclight just keeps staring off into the void at the ceiling as Donnar, you're kind of rolled over to your side, kind of, studying Arclight's face as you kind of see his mouth moving as he's trying to count the steps and the shifts. And we'll pan over to Dremel and Alder.
All right, let me see what I can figure out.
Take a look. See if we could do this tonight.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you roll another intelligence check.
12.
12. You kind of start to trace and you hit a dead end. Give me another intelligence check.
12.
12. You keep hitting the same kind of spot, and you're getting a wee bit frustrated there.
Fuck, man. About what time of the night is it now?
I'd say it's probably like if you had a unit of time, it would probably be around like midnight to 1.
it's under mountain o'clock.
Yeah, I guess I mean how much of the night has passed? Like how many more times can I try before I need to go?
You know that lights up are at about 6 a.m.
All right. How long does each try take? Each roll?
I'll say it takes about 15 minutes each roll because you're trying to trace this very intricate kind of detail off of a whim.
All right. 5.
5. You actually take 20 minutes to end up in the same joint.
I jinxed it when I said we had an intelligent person, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, roll again.
Roll again.
9.
9. Yeah. You're just not. It's not. Something isn't clicking with you.
All right. I take a minute and I just close my eyes and just try to center myself.
Okay. So you center, and go ahead and roll again. I'll have you do it at advantage.
Okay, 17.
17. So one of the tumblers you hear in the collars clicks as a part of the collar, the runes of it dispel the glow. So you have 3 other kind of lit up chambers on the collar.
All right.
Would I have heard the click?
Yeah, you can actually hear it go boom.
I'm gonna try and see if I can make a little bit of fire in my hand with Druidcraft.
Still nothing.
Nothing? Okay. I just wanted to see if it's maybe just a portion of it being off would work. So
No.
All right, 1 down. 10.
10. Second part is tricky.
What time is it now?
I would say it's about 1:45.
4.
Oof. Okay. It's about 2:10.
18.
18. So as you kind of trace, you kind of hear another zoom as this click unlocks in the collar.
Alder, try again.
I'll try and Druidcraft one more time just to make a little bit of fire.
Your fingertips start getting this dull kind of orange glow.
It's getting there, but it's not all the way there.
All right. Let's go again.
Okay, go ahead.
16.
16. You manage to get the third one. You trace it because you're starting to get the pattern now, and the third one kind of unlocks.
2:30. Come on.
2:30.
4.
4.
It's
So-
fucking 9 a.m.
That
now.
rolled from a 20.
Yeah. So you kind of lose a little bit more time as you try to work on this, and unfortunately, the fourth lock is a little bit trickier than you anticipated.
Oh,
my god.
13.
13. It's still not enough. Where are we at, Pat?
3:30. Because
3:30.
I'm assuming the 4 took like half an hour.
Yeah, I would safely assume that. So you have 2.5 hours.
All right.
Oh, we gotta try and hurry.
21.
21. And with the final kind of trace, you hear doom as the seam, seam that wasn't there, kind of unclicks from Alder's neck as this collar kind of hits to the ground.
Fucking finally.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and try and Druidcraft instead of a flame, just a flower in my hand.
As you kind of open your hands, this kind of tulip arcs out of your hands and blooms open.
Oh, God, that feels good. All right, well. So the plan then: get into the storage keep, try and get a lockpick, get back here and get you guys out.
Well, so we need the keys?
I mean, I could try and get the keys, but I think that's going to be a little bit more difficult than just a lockpick.
I guess, is it, what kind of lock is it on the door?
You only have 2 hours, so
I know, we got to move quick.
It's kind of like, it's a standard like key lock.
But it's only a key. It's not like a deadbolt kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. Find something that's lockpick-like. Something should be in the kitchen, right?
Yeah,
What about those sticks I gave you?
I don't know if those are going to be strong enough. I could definitely, I could try one to see if I could pick it before we get out of here. Or before I change shapes on you.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll give the little stick a try to... I am proficient in thieves' tools, so that would be Dex plus proficiency, right? If
No,
remember
I would
correctly?
say it's this, I believe it's going to be a sleight of hand with your proficiency.
Okay, well, my sleight of hand already has my proficiency, so gotcha.
Okay. No. Mm-hmm.
So not double proficiency.
No.
Yes.
Good try.
25.
You're able to kind of rake this very large shard of wood, and it gives you a good few moments, but you're able to unlock and the cell door kind of splays open.
I guess that little bit of splinter worked.
Hell yeah. So is that it? That's just our door, right?
That's just your door.
So are we now open? Oh, a dog. Do we have free reign now? Can we, like, he and
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, you and him can go into the common room.
All right.
No, we don't want to get Donna and Ark out right now, right?
So I see them come out, and I just look at them and I say, "Go."
Let's go.
Let's go. Are you going invisible?
Not yet. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm gonna wait until we get somewhere, a little closer.
As you guys kind of plan, Ark kind of puts his hands up to the bars and he goes, "Okay,
Hold on. Your audio cut out. Can you guys hear anything? Hey, Justin. Call Justin Velez.
Calling Justin Velez, mobile.
Hey, turning on the music turned off all the audio. Since the second you just turned on the music?
I just turned on I've had the music on this whole time.
Oh, then I have no idea. It just cut off for some reason.
It just cut off? Okay, so it hasn't been off this whole time.
No. I just stopped getting audio.
Would you like me to turn off?
It seems like it's still going through. It's just very, very quiet. Yes. What the fuck happened? One sec.
Even though we can't convey it.
We'll be right back.
No one can hear us.
Just keep talking, guys.
Okay. So how's everyone doing? How are we doing tonight? As a party? How's the session going?
What the fuck happened?
Right? Yeah. Breaking out of a prison, baby.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, everything just cut out.
Everything's that's very odd. Is it maybe, I don't know, is it just Twitch acting up, or because we don't even use Roll20 for the audio, right? We only use it for the music.
No, it's like my headphones, which is what is supposed to be coming to. Did Skype close?
Did Skype close for you?
Yeah, Skype just randomly closed.
Yeah, I mean, I think
all of this has been recorded because I think we're doing okay."
Well,
Yeah,
the audio was coming through Skype, so because it wasn't coming through Skype. No.
Okay, so are we back up?
We're back now. Sorry about that,
It
everyone.
was just Josh.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's the recording.
Okay, no, that's fair. We're back. So we have Donnar putting his hand on Arclight's shoulder, and what were you saying, Donnar?
I was just trying to reiterate that I really appreciate him helping us, and I kind of want to ask what he knows or what he thinks he knows about me. because he says he thinks he can see more than me, and that makes me believe that he thinks he knows something about me. That just curious.
He kind of smirks, and he says, "With your eyesight, you can only see what." And he kind of gestures, like kind of where his eyes kind of go out, maybe like here. You have a sight of vision that you're able to look to the left, right, up, down, all directions. I have that, but with my ears, and I have that in a 360-degree surface. I can hear what's behind me, and if you're behind me trying to get me, I might as well be looking right at you.
So you didn't mean it literally. You just meant it metaphorically.
I'm blind, Donnar.
I just didn't know if you picked up on anything that might be troubling.
Should I have about you?
Nothing that's gonna cause anyone that we're friendly with harm, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to reinvent myself, if that makes any sense.
Sure. Evolution is a natural part of any person's life.
Yeah, I'm making an attempt, and I just wanted to know if maybe you were picking up on something.
You do mutter to yourself a lot, and you do talk in your sleep a lot.
Anything interesting?
Mostly it's gibberish and just words like crunch or split.
Out of curiosity, what languages do you speak?
Oh, I mean, when I went to school, I learned Elvish. Had an orc roommate, learned orc. I know a little Undercommon. I mean, that's roughly it.
Okay. I think I know what the gibberish is, but that's not important right now.
Okay.
And I'll put my hand on his shoulder and just be like, happy to have you.
Let's get out of here, and then you can start hugging me and touching me.
Well, I'm not going to hug you, but you can dream.
And he sits over across from you in his bed. So we'll move on to the common room with our friends Alder and Dremel. Are we doing anything as far as Thokk goes?
I'm sleeping, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but weren't they going to turn invisible and talk to you?
Well, didn't Donner kind of give him all the information already?
Yes.
He did.
I did.
He also implied that you might still visit him, so I wasn't sure what the plan was.
That is also correct.
If we can find a lockpick, we'll do it. But otherwise, I mean, we don't have a lot of time.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Where are we moving?
So we know it's in the northern ward. So I think now's a good time to turn invisible.
Okay.
And so when I turn into this spider, I'm not going to be able to communicate. You could talk to me, and I'll hear you, but I'm not going to be able to communicate back with you. Okay?
All right. How often can you do that? Like if I need you to respond, can you become you again?
Can only do it twice. So realistically, if we need to get into a room that we really can't get both of us in, and I need to get anything out of there, I'm going to have to revert back to turn into my human form to let you into that room. So we can't be wasteful.
All right.
Well, what I'll do is if yes or no answers, I'll stay near you. Yes or no questions, I'll hold 2 legs up for yes, 1 leg up for no.
1 for no, 2 for yes?
Yeah, 1 for no, 2 for yes.
All right. Would it make might be a little too suspicious if you crawl on me because I'd be invisible.
I'll be floating in the air. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah, you're just like some sort of swinging spider.
Yeah, magic spider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
magic spider. Unless does this turn everything?
That you're holding.
It does turn everything.
That you're holding invisible. Are you thinking invisibility? The spell?
Well, it's called hidden step
Oh,
because I can.
That's
It's,
a-
it's just my racial trait.
that's a DM question.
Yeah.
Give me the racial trait again.
As as a bonus action, turn invisible until the start of your next turn. You attack, deal damage, or force a saving throw.
Okay. I guess we won't hollow man it where you have to be like naked. So I would say anything that you're holding, you can turn invisible with you.
Okay. Alder, you change and then hop in my hand. You'll turn invisible too, so we can make better time.
Okay. Then I will wild shape into a spider.
Okay.
And I'll just like do a like jump thing so that way I land right in his hand.
Okay. And Drummel, you're already invisible.
Once he gets in my hand, yeah.
Okay. So you kind of breathe in, breathe out, and slowly your form starts to dissipate as you are invisible.
All right. So then, I think we'll go back. Would I remember the way that they brought me in?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would know. Let me see here. You normally would go through. Let's see here.
I mean, we did it today to get to the mines. So
Yeah. So you have. Usually you get put through. Why does this go away? Damn it. So you go through. Here is a room. You have a hallway to here.
Wait,
Uh,
should I be seeing something?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
You have another hall, like room here, and then the entrance is all the way up to here. So I will say, let me move this so I can just take this out. So that way you at least know where the, what you call it is, the entrance room. So let me go to reveal. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out Roll20's thing.
No, you're good.
Boop. Can you see that? It's towards the
Yep.
top.
Yeah, see
Okay.
that?
So you would know that this is usually the entry way. You have doors here that you usually don't go through, and you usually go through here, which goes through a guard outpost, and then there's another hallway, and then to the right of that is the room, which is another guard outpost.
All right. I feel like I remember Ark saying that we went left and that the stuff went right.
Yep.
Cool. Then, yeah, I think we want to go up there and go to the right.
Okay.
That
So
sound
how
right,
are you?
Alder?
I can't respond.
Yeah, but you can do yes or no questions.
Oh, we're invisible.
Do you have true sight?
Oh, no.
I don't
Oh
think he does.
no.
2 taps for yes, 1 tap for no.
Yeah, so I'll double tap his hand.
All right. Cool.
I was like, we didn't think this through.
No, we didn't. So which direction are we going to go right? We have a door here. You have an access point through the kitchen. You would just have to get through here, and then
hold
you
on.
would go through here.
Tap those again. I was too
So
zoomed
you have the access point here, which is to the guard outpost. Then you have to the kitchen, which is you have to go through that door, this door, and then you're in the kitchen, and then you need to go through that door.
in. My guess is the kitchen. Alder, does that seem safe?
2 taps on the hand.
Cool. So we
Okay.
make our way through the kitchen.
So you make your way to the first door, and on it you see an archaic symbol with this kind of faceplate on it, and you would see that it is locked during lights out.
Do you think? Is there like a keyhole or anything?
There is no keyhole. It is just a faceplate with this glowing rune on it.
What about the? Is there a gap below the door?
I would say there's a gap below the door.
Alder, pop down under and see if you can see if there's any way to unlock it from that side. If you can, unlock it, or just scout the room.
I think that's all I can do is scout the room.
He said
So-
to himself.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's that's what I'm saying is
He said
so
it,
I guess
spider.
in Spirish.
Spirish?
They have a language now. The people.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I guess I'll go under the door. As a spider, I can't try and unlock something, so I don't have the kind of strength to do something like that.
Okay. Let's see here.
I really
So-
wish we hadn't done this before until we got to that door, because I would have tried to cast something first. But it's okay. It's not bad.
So you get boop under there.
Oh,
Alder spider. So you kind of go up and you're looking and you see another one of those glowing plates. It's basically what you saw when Yvonne locked the doors when you had your bet that he was able to kind of lock everything archaically or magically.
yeah, I can't do anything with that, so I'm just gonna keep scouting ahead to see what I can find. I'll get into the kitchen and then go through those other doors.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So you are able to sneak under the kitchen and get to here, which I'm going to assume is dark for you guys.
It is.
Okay, great. So we'll go here, which you see this very long hallway, which you're familiar with because it is the guard mess hall.
Do I is there any sign of life in here right now, or
Roll a perception check.
hold on, let me go to the spider stats.
Spiderception.
Spider stats.
No, it's actually not bad. And I rolled a natural 1, so
Yeah, it looks fine.
no.
It's dead AF.
so yeah, I'm gonna like kind of crawl up on the wall to the side, and make my way around. It looks like there's a couple door openings, that I'll be a little bit curious about.
Okay. The ones to the right.
I mean, I see one to the left and then 2 to the right. It looks like,
Okay,
and then
so which-
actually there's two to each side. One's just further up on my screen. I have it zoomed in too far.
There is. And so let's see here. Boop. Which door are we looking at? So we have this door here. Hold on, it's not letting me select. So we have this one here. We have here, here, and then the other two on the right.
Let's go to the first one on the left first,
First one on the left. Okay.
just so I could see what they all are. So that way I can kind of scout to map out what this is for everyone, even if we can't figure it out tonight. At least we know what we have.
Okay. So let me just move you over to the shadow, and then I'll reveal that to you guys.
It's a room of frogs.
Kind of. There we go. So in this one is a long hallway, and there is a shield guardian there.
Oh boy. I will. For right now, I'll turn back,
Okay.
go back under the door,
Whoop.
and I'll go check the one across the hall.
Okay. The one here.
Yes.
Okay. That one. Let's see here. Consult my notebook of all the doorways.
'What's your move speed, Mike?
20 feet.
So it takes you a hot minute, but let's see here. You get into here, and this is actually the guard toilet.
Lovely. All right. I'll and there's no shield guardians in there, right?
No shield guardians using the toilet.
Good to know. I'll make my way up to the this entryway here. It's not
Which one?
letting me click. There we go.
There you
That
go.
one, yeah.
Okay. Sure. So we'll go to reveal here. Okay. So this seems to be just kind of a storage room. Just extra like gloves, shovels, that kind of thing. No pickaxes though, anything that can be used as a weapon, but it just seems to be like extra storage barrels and whatnot. So nothing too crazy that's in here.
Okay. And then I'll make my way up to the next entryway.
Which one?
The top left, not the top.
Okay, top left. Okay.
There we go. That one.
Gotcha. So we'll go ahead and
I guess when you're on the hand to scroll it, Roll20 doesn't do the click thing. So
no. So we'll reveal here. So as you slip under, you go into a little hallway, and then you slip again, and you're in the second guard outpost, which you would know because you've been through it. It connects over to the shower, just in case they need to watch from both angles or anything like that, or just when they have a shift change, because this is also where the guards bathe as well, which they do in a different kind of shift. And let me see here. Yeah. So you have actually Johan and Ivan. They're kind of trying to keep each other awake. Johan is kind of reading a book as Ivan is kind of trying to nap a little bit before, the next shift of watch.
okay. And then I'll cut back out and go into the the one door I haven't gone through yet.
Okay. So I'll move you right up here. Yep. I gotcha. And let's see here. So just reveal that there. Okay. So as you go up, you do see the main kind of area that you get to about there for. And let me see if I can transition this over to that. Yeah, let me just move your spider over.
About how long did that take him to do all of that?
I would say it's taken him about, I would say maybe 25 to 30 minutes for going through each one and sneaking through each one. He's very tiny, so it takes him a good while. So meanwhile, Drevel, you're kind of just sitting there like,
Hoping.
door? Oh no, he got smushed.
While he's doing that, I think I know he's going to be a bit, so I'll just look around the common area just to see if there's anything that could be used as a tool or any information, just anything I can gain.
Okay, roll an investigation.
11.
I mean, it's pretty bare bones of what they have as far as the common room, as far as what they leave in there. It's mostly chairs. I mean, you could possibly use the chair as a weapon if you snap off one of the legs, but there isn't anything that's too resourceful here besides a table and chairs.
Okay. Is there any of that barrel left from earlier?
Go ahead and roll an investigation, see if you can rifle any barrel.
17.
17. I'll say you roll a d4 for me.
2.
2. So you find at least 2 good other pieces of shard.
All right.
Okay. Anything else we're doing?
Keeping an ear out for any noise, any guards coming on, going rounds.
No. Okay. So we will transition to where Alder is. Boop.
Oh, where am I?
So top right, or not top right, mid right. You should at least see this room, right?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
my screen is blank.
My bad. Let me reveal. It's lit up for me, so I don't know what's there and what's not. Ah,
There we go.
Oh, that's bottom right.
yeah, whatever.
It's cool. It's all right.
So this area is lit, and there is a shield guardian here. That's just kind of patrolling as you slick under there.
Okay. Would this
And you
be
would know this to be the entrance where the elevator is.
okay? They take us to the left. That means I need to get past him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and do what I can to stay as out of sight as possible by slinking up the wall.
Okay.
And so slinking up the wall, I'm guessing to the right, and trying to go around him by taking the high road so that he doesn't notice me.
Okay. While we do that, we'll say it's gonna take another, I would say, 10 minutes to clear across this room while trying to not be on the shield guardian's radio.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to be sneaky, so.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
mhm.
and
Okay.
then we'll make our way into that hallway there.
Okay. Let me see here. Ooh, it's getting all crazy. Let's put that there. Okay. So we will go to boop. And we're on my there. Okay. So next room is here.
Okay.
Back to here. Why can't it? I need to learn the hotkeys for this. Okay. It's another kind of like storage room where there are a few different barrels and just a few different supplies as far as like soap and just like I said, more supplies for you.
Okay. But I see a door on the other side, so it looks like it connects to something else.
It does.
So I'll slink under that.
Okay, that's another 10, or well, I'll say 5 minutes there to go under and slink. And so we are here. Pat, how are we doing on time?
Oh God, I have no idea.
No time, no idea. So
I would say it's probably about like 4:15 in the morning, I would guess.
I would say about 4:30. You have about, what did I say, 6?
Yep,
Yeah.
got about
Yeah.
an hour and a half. So,
Yeah, you got 90 minutes.
okay. Well, I know I'm gonna have to start getting back soon. So,
Okay. So where are we going?
I went through that door, but I can't see where I'm at right now.
Oh, I thought I revealed it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Boop, boop, boop. So we'll do that.
Shit. All right. Let's go to the left first.
Go to the left first. Okay.
Yeah.
I am. Boom. There you go. You should have control of them now.
Yay.
Okay. And then let's go to my layer here. Boom. Okay. So this seems to be some kind of, booking. This is where they keep some of the records. And just generally, it looks like an office. And you might assume it could possibly be like Oz's office.
Do I see Aya anywhere around?
You do not.
Okay, then I will want to make my way towards this door, but I'm a little bit skeptical by the marking on the ground.
So you do see this deep marking on the ground. It seems to be this kind of runic, archaic mark. And as you go over it, nothing really happens.
Okay, then
But
I'll try
as
and... Oh,
As you get closer to the door, you see there is no lip and there is no seam. It's completely shut.
shit. All right, I'll go back then to here and
Okay.
go this way. If there's no way for me to get through it, then I'm not going to waste my time.
No, there's a lip on this one. So let's see here. So we'll go back to, yeah, I already got it. Okay. Whop. So you see Oz and Aya. And Aya is in a cage at the moment as she is sleeping. Just move her here.
Shit. Okay. Oh, that's refreshing.
She looks well fed. I mean, it doesn't look like she's been mistreated or anything like that. It doesn't look like there are any like bruises or anything. She's just in a cage, and you know that her wings can't spread out fully here.
Of course. Bastard. All right. Well, in that case, now that we have a layout here, what time is it?
I would say it's been about between trying to get through the door, scuttering across, maybe about another 30 minutes.
So 5 o'clock. Let's go home, boys.
So you're going to just cheese it home?
I have to. Yeah.
Okay. So we will transition over to Dremel. Whoop. Okay. And then Dremel, you doing anything in particular during this process?
Well, I got those pieces of wood,
Right.
but also it's been an hour, so my hidden step no longer has me hidden.
Okay.
So I would have gone back here
Okay.
because I'm no good if I get caught.
That's fair.
So I relay what's happening to Dremel or to Donnar and Ark. Just let them know that they're all locked with magic. So Alder is slinking through the doors trying to map out the area.
Okay. Donnar, doing anything in the meantime with Arclight as you wait for Alder to finish Alder's big day out?
I know where the orcs are.
You would know where their chamber is, yeah?
I would ask Ark if he could get me out of the cage.
Donnar, I don't know exactly how I'd get you out. I don't really have anything to pick the lock with.
I don't know. You're very tricky. I don't like.
Name one trick I've done.
You can see with your ears.
That's just being blind, Donnar.
I mean, that's kind of a trick.
Dremel, do you have any more of that shard?
Yeah, I found a couple more out there, and I
All right.
pulled one out. Donnar, what are you planning to do?
A lot.
Such as?
Start a fight or kill someone.
Yeah, I'm not giving this.
We'll see where the night goes.
You realize, like, rounds start pretty soon, and Alder's out there by himself as a spider.
Or I could draw attention to the orc chambers and buy Alder some more time.
I think we should wait until it gets a little bit closer for that. I think he's smart enough to keep track of time and come back when he needs to.
Can I give the cage one good kick?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check. See if you can kick your bars open.
Natural one.
Your
Foot.
no, your calf kind of gets stuck in between the bar, and you're kind of suspended there for a moment.
Wow.
Does he have shoes?
He does not have shoes.
So there's nothing on his feet?
No.
All right, then I don't do anything.
What are you gonna do? Take a shoe?
I was going to take his shoe, yeah.
You can't tickle his foot.
I could. I don't want
Josh
to.
has
I'm
a
mad at him
habit
right
for
now.
that.
So, as we draw closer to the end of the night, Alder, you're kind of scuttling as fast as you can. past the the mess hall and into the kitchen. It's getting closer and closer as you start to hear stirring from where the other guard post here is. And you know what? Let's see if you can get there in time. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me.
That's a strength-based skill, isn't it?
No, it's Dex. But again, I'm using the spider's Dex. So
Athletics is
Strength
a
attacks.
strength based.
yeah, athletics is strength. 15.
15. You're able to make it with, I would say, about 20 or 30 minutes before the guards start to wake everyone up. So you are back in. Are you back as an elf boy?
Basically, as what's going to happen is as soon as I get into the room, I'm going to get into the room. I'm going to revert back, shift back to Alder, shut the door, hit the lock, and tell Dremel to put my necklace back on.
Okay, that's going to be another fun thing. Go ahead, Drummel. See if you can jumpstart the magic again to relock the collar.
All right. What am I rolling for?
Arcana check.
All right.
We are fucked.
No whammies.
Not 20.
22.
22. First chamber goes up. You got 3 more. And I would say about 5 minutes have passed since you did it successfully.
25.
25. That's another 5. You get the second chamber lights up.
Natural 20.
Yes.
You were actually able to light up the other 2 in kind of succession without your kind of finger reaching up.
Thank God.
Rolled much
collar-
better that time.
The collar reseals as you're all kind of huffing and panting. Let me see here. And
My calf hurts. That
you're
was-
still stuck in the bars.
I kick it. I kick his foot through the bar again, so he's free.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check. See if you can kick it through the bar.
All right. Kinked. Modded 20.
Ow.
You're able to kick that foot back in as Eskel goes over to the cell and turns on your light and says, "All right, it's morning. Time for chow." And with that, I think we'll end tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Well,
Donkey.
now,
Yay, jail.
it is a dog world out there.
Delicious.
Well, it wasn't as successful as we hoped, and we had a little bit of Twitch issues, but I think
Twitch-used.
Twissues.
Twitch shoes.
We had some tissues. But
Tissue.
I think I enjoyed tonight.
Yeah. It's good getting more
Yeah.
information, figuring things out.
It definitely was a learning experience. We learned a lot, or at least Alder did, and I assume we will be talking about that a lot the next day. So, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. Let them know we're here. We're doing it every Tuesday, 8-ish. Sometimes there will be technical difficulties.
We'll
There's
pick it
So
up.
always-
next Tuesday. We're not going to be here next Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. We actually won't be here next Tuesday because of the holiday. So enjoy the holiday with
Is
your
that already
loved
next
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But we will be back the first week in December. So you only have to wait 2 weeks, just like us. It's going to be super great. And yeah, share with a friend, let them know, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Woo!
Cool.
Yay!
Goodbye.
Bye. Good night. Love you.
Bye.